everybody, welcome to Tortilla Talk Tuesday. Not going to be a lot of editing today, and also probably not going to be too much footage. I did film a little bit yesterday and I didn't put it in the vlog, so I'll put that in right now. I went to the beach with Flynn. It was super fun. We had a glorious mommy Flynn day. It was so fun. So I'll show you some of that and then I'll see you in a second. Hello, we are going
to Marshall's.
We got to get a present for the twins. Got to get stuff for the podcast, Christmas stuff. Oh my god, there's Christmas stuff. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Hallelujah. I've already got way too many things. I freaking love Marshalls. It's not safe for me to be here. Flynn keeps telling me that I'm getting too distracted, and he's correct. Christmas stuff. Oh no, Flynn, I'm gonna get so distracted. This is not good news.
Wait, I'm gonna take the camera now.
Okay.
I am taking Mom's cart, and I'm gonna tell her that it wasn't me. So it's right here in this section.
Flynn, where'd the cart go?
It
was literally just here. Where'd you put it?
It was me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
The cart is missing.
Flynn! It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Okay, that was me. That was me.
Okay, yeah, I thought so. Flynn and I randomly, impulsively decided to go to the beach again, and you'll never believe what just happened. We were just walking along the beach, no sea glass, no rocks, just enjoying ourselves, until I saw a huge red rock crab just walking on the sand, which never happens. And Flynn was able to pick it up because he knows how to pick it up safely and put it back in the ocean and rescue it because it was like way too high on the sand.
We just found
my god!
We just found this on the beach. It's alive.
It was just walking on the freaking beach.
It's awesome.
Awesome.
A freaking red rock.
Here, put it down so you can. I know. Let's
look at that.
Wow.
He's gonna start burying under the sand.
You think so? He's like, get me out of here.
That is awesome.
Look at him.
He's burying under the sand.
How cool.
How cool is that?
Oh my
Look at him. He's burying. That is awesome.
You want to help him out?
That is so cool.
I can't believe that. I've never found one just walking on the beach like that.
Me too.
Flynn, wasn't that incredible?
Yeah, and we just found a crab trap.
Yeah, we just found this. It's buried in the sand, so Flynn's trying to dig it up. Wharf roach, huh?
It's adorable.
That is adorable?
Look at its little eyes. Look at its little face. It's so adorable. Let's let this guy go.
Good idea.
Now we just found an alive kelp crab.
Wow.
I mean, like 2 crabs in a day.
He's beautiful.
Ooh.
He's beautiful. Why don't you go put him back in the water?
Wow. He's beautiful. I wonder if he's gonna crawl up the rock.
Look at this. Oh my god. A sea lion? He's huge. He's looking right at us.
Oh, he looks
Yeah. Isn't that so cute? We had so much fun. I have to go right now, actually, because I'm taking Wesley to the dentist. But then I'm super nervous because after I take Wesley to the dentist, I will bring him back home, and then I'm going to go get my brain mapped and scanned. And some doctors and scientists are going to read my brain waves and tell me everything that's wrong with me and tell me how they think they can help with issues that I'm having. I think I'm equally excited and nervous about this. I've been thinking about doing this for a while. I've been told I should do this for a while. I think it'll be very interesting to see what the brain scan says, because I know what I think is in my brain and what my doctors have told me is in my brain and my therapist has told me is in my brain. But to have like physical proof of some things that are going on in there will be very fascinating. Like, I'm kind of worried that I make everything up in my head. I'm like, I think I'm tricking everyone. What if I'm not actually anxious? What if I don't actually have depression? What if I'm not actually ADHD and I'm just tricking everyone to think that I have those things? What if I've even tricked myself to think I have those things but I actually don't? Like, what if they do this brain scan and are like, your brain's totally normal and I'm actually just a completely normal person? But if I'm a completely normal person and this is how a normal brain works, that's terrifying because this is really challenging for me to like survive with my brain acting the way that it's acting. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is I'm excited to get it scanned and to see what's going on in there, but I'm also very nervous. I have to sneeze. Oh my God. Okay, I've got to get Wes and we're going to the dentist. I'll see you guys after. Okay guys, I did my brains. Ooh, she has light. I did my brain scan and it was weird. Not gonna lie, I was a little bit nervous to like talk about this online and share this experience with everyone. Like, I'm just nervous about what people will think always because I'm always worried about that, unfortunately. But perhaps that's one of the things that this neurotherapy can help with. I had to take a shower when I got home because my hair was covered in gel. I couldn't film while I was taking the test tests. I was there for 2 hours with this like weird thing on my head that looked like a pirate scarf bandana or something. My scalp was covered in gel, so when they took the cap off after all the testing was done, I looked so insane. So when I got home, I immediately took a shower because I felt disgusting, but I'm exhausted right now. Like, I feel so tired. It was a very overwhelming experience just because I didn't really know what to expect with it. This is new to me. I don't know what's going on. We don't have the results back yet, but I'll kind of explain to you guys the whole process that I'm going through. I don't know how beneficial it's going to be. I don't know how great it is. I only know what I have researched myself and what my doctors and therapists have told me. I'm certainly not endorsing this or telling anyone else that they should do this. I'm just talking about my personal experience going through it. If you Google what is neurotherapy or neurofeedback, neurotherapy is a type of therapy that uses non-invasive technology to improve brain function and treat mental health conditions. Neurotherapy can use a variety of techniques to help the brain process information more efficiently, including biofeedback, neuromodulation, and neurostimulation. So what I did today was just the brain mapping. They mapped my brain, and then the next time I go, they'll tell me what it says and how crazy I am, I guess. But they just put this little cap on me, and I did a bunch of tests, and then I sat in silence, which was so hard. I just had to sit and stare at one spot and try to stay relaxed, and they said just let your mind wander, and boy did it wander. I don't do well with silence. I don't do well with just sitting still, so that was really hard for me. That was probably the hardest part of the whole test. And then I had to do that again for a big chunk of time with my eyes closed, and that honestly was the hardest part. All the like tests and the quiz and everything else like was kind of fun, honestly, but the like just sitting in silence for an extended period of time and staring in one place and letting my mind just wander was like horrific. Like, that's my worst nightmare. Sitting in silence and just letting my brain think is like my least favorite thing in the world because it always ends up in me sobbing. So I did not like that part, but it was fine. So brain mapping, I'm gonna just read straight from Google. You could just Google this yourself, but brain mapping analyzes the brain's cells, physical connections, and chemical pathways. It can help identify areas of the brain that are underactive or have abnormalities. So brain mapping can be used to plan brain surgeries, improve therapies for mental health disorders and movement, measure the effectiveness of treatments, personalize treatments for conditions that don't respond to standard therapies, identify brain dysregulation and other abnormalities, and treat conditions like ADHD, autism, depression, stress, anxiety, panic attacks, insomnia, and substance abuse. So that last one, I don't really have any issues with, but all the other ones are up for discussion. So that's why everyone thought I was a good candidate for this, especially since like the physical symptoms and emotional symptoms of the things that are going on in my brain have been hard to live with, and so we're hoping that maybe this treatment can help. We'll see. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about your questions. I don't know why I stood up as if I'm going somewhere. I'm literally just going to answer your question. I'm not quite sure how many videos I'm going to be able to get up this week because it's a very busy week. Rachel and I just posted the first episode of the new podcast, and then the twins are turning 3 this week in 2 days, which is so crazy. So I have a lot to do with that, of planning their birthday and wrapping their presents and just getting everything ready. And then there's a lot of doctor's appointments this week and just life in general, so I might be slow to getting these vlogs up. I will be vlogging and talking and all that, but editing maybe not so much. Hello, I'm just doing a little tortilla talk before we do our thing.
Okay, is it okay if I'm in and out?
Yeah. So with all that being said, here are your tortilla talk questions I'm going to answer today. Abby said, how many hours of sleep do you get a night? Dealing with insomnia and anxiety, and I feel like I'm dying. Same. One of the things I'm hoping to help with this neuro stuff, but how many hours of sleep do I get a night? At night, I'd say like 2 hours, and then in the morning, I usually take a nice nap. So depending on the day, night, anywhere between 3 to 5 hours. What about you, love? How many hours of sleep are you getting at night?
In a row?
Well, no, that's crazy.
Yeah,
0.
It fits and starts, but yeah, I would say like 6.
Yeah.
5.5 to 6.
And I think Mr. Stockland has sleep apnea, so I think he's literally not getting any sleep. I think that he's waking up every 5 minutes and not actually getting any sleep. Raya Bell 9669 said, do you remember when Flynn called outer space spouter space? So cute. I literally don't remember that. Do you remember that, love?
Yeah, you can call it spouter space.
I don't remember that. Thanks for telling me, because I want to make a book of all the cute words that the kids used to say, and so now I'm going to have to add that one to the list. Raya Bell said, I'm watching your old vlogs from when the twins were in the NICU. You were so sad. Do you still think about those times a lot, or is it all a blur? Would you say it's the hardest thing you've ever been through? Can't believe that was almost 3 years ago. They've blossomed into amazing little kids. Yeah, that was a very sad time when the twins were in the NICU. That was one of the worst times ever. You asked, do I think about those times a lot, or is it all a blur? Kind of both, and it also feels like very traumatic. So whenever I think about that time, I usually get emotional and start crying because it was really horrible to have 2 brand new babies that I just gave birth to in the hospital, and then my other child at home that I had to leave all the time to go see the 2 new babies, and then the babies got separated and Wesley came home and Maisie stayed at the hospital, and that was the worst. That was hell. I was only sobbing always. Like, it was really, really hard. So it's like kind of a blur, but also kind of, I don't know. It was horrible, but I'm so grateful to the NICU nurses, and I'm so grateful they're okay and healthy and that we got through that time, because that was hard. You also said, would you say it's the hardest thing you've ever been through? It was very hard, but it's not the hardest thing I've ever been through. I'm getting so many questions about the Patreon. Okay, so Morgan said, I don't have a Patreon account. Does it cost money? Kristen said, wait, where do I find the Colleen and Rachel podcast? What's it called on Patreon? Did she say this? I missed it. So a lot of people were asking questions like that. And so here's the deal. I'm sorry I didn't explain it well enough. I think I didn't explain it well because I didn't even understand it really, and I'm still figuring it out. But yes, Rachel and I have a Patreon page where our podcast is. So if you want to listen to it, anyone can listen to it for free. And you can become a member and join our Patreon whatever page or whatever it's called for free, and you can listen to it. And there's some updates that'll go up on the Patreon that you can see. You can see like statuses, and sometimes we'll post pictures or say hi or whatever, and anyone can see that. I think it's probably also on Spotify. I'm not really sure, but anyone can listen. There's like 3 different tiers. If you want to watch it and listen to it and you can see the video of it, then that's one of the tiers. And then the next one up is like you get some behind the scenes footage and like get to be in some chats and stuff or something. I can't even remember. And then the final one is like more behind the scenes footage, exclusive stuff, and then really get involved with chatting and recommending stuff and shout outs and stuff like that. So anyway, you don't have to pay to listen to it, only if you want to see it and be really involved in the Patreon account. Haley Sheets said, Tortilla Talk question, do your kids like to be read to? What are their favorite books at the moment? My daughter's almost 17 and I miss her sitting on my lap before bed reading books. My kids do love having books read to them. Maisie probably likes the most. Maybe Flynn. I don't know. Who do you think likes books more, love? Flynn or Maisie?
I think it's pretty even.
Yeah, it's pretty even between the two. Wesley likes books, but gets distracted or bored pretty quickly with them and will start like doing something else in the middle of a book. Their favorite books are always changing. Flynn just likes books about sea creatures, honestly. Like if it's a book that has any sort of sea creatures, stingrays or cuttlefish or octopus or moray eels or I don't know, you name it. He's gonna be interested in a book that has sea creatures. Maisie honestly loves every book. Like she just loves being read to, but Maisie and Wesley, their favorite book right now is this book called Ploof. They love it, and I would highly recommend if you have like toddlers or young kids. It's a really fun interactive book. I've talked about it before. They're obsessed with it to the point that now they call clouds ploofs because the book is about a cloud called Ploof. So they really like interactive books like that. This is an interesting question that I don't think I've ever put too much thought into before, but Kendra said, Tortilla Talk question, are Daisy and Gus friends? Do they ever hang out or cuddle together? We don't really see them together in vlogs, and I'm curious because we just adopted a second cat and I'm really hoping he'll be friends with our other cat. I know they're not friends, but they don't like fight. They don't not get along. They've never fought. They've never hurt each other. They've never anything like that, but they are not friends. They do not hang out. They are never in the same room. If they are, it's just because like they're eating or Daisy's following me around and I happen to walk into a room where Gus is. I've never seen them cuddle except for when Daisy was a baby. Maybe they cuddled a couple times, but mostly Gus just laid on top of Daisy when she was a baby. Camel Plays said, hi Colleen, Tortilla Talk question. Do you have a natural curly hair routine? If you do, can you give us some tips? Yes, my natural curly hair routine is this. So this is my hair maybe an hour or two after a shower and it's been in like a bun. So it's wet. If I were to scrunch it, it would be like pretty curly. So my curly hair routine is I take a shower and then I put it in a low ponytail or a high bun, and that's what I do. That's what I do with my curly hair. It's never down. I'm gonna stop answering questions because I'm gonna go podcast with Eric, but maybe I'll see you guys a little bit later. Okay, bye. Okay, we just finished recording the podcast and I wanted to answer a couple more Tortilla Talk questions because I don't feel like I answered very many earlier, so I'm gonna do that. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna be posting another vlog tomorrow or the next day or the next day. I don't know. The twins' birthday is Wednesday and I just really want to be focused on them this week. And so we'll see how much I actually end up posting. I'll be filming everything. I just don't know when you guys are going to see it. So just keep that in mind if a vlog doesn't go up this week. Lauren said, my bestie / coworker is having twin girls. What can I do as a supervisor to best accommodate her, and what products best helped you recover from having twins? Obviously I'm getting the girl stuff too, but her family is mostly focused on the babies and I want to make her a priority. Much love. Thank you. That is so sweet of you to think of her and want to get her something something that will help her through this exciting time of becoming a twin mommy. I know you want gifts for the mom, but when I think about what was like the most life-saving helpful things, I think about things that I had for the twins that people don't think about to gift at like baby showers and stuff. Like everyone wants to give cute little clothes and cute little toys and maybe something big like a high chair or car seat, and all those things are great, but there's some products that like no one really thinks is a cute present to give someone else, but are so helpful. Like for example, there's like a snot sucker thingy. Disgusting. So gross, and I gag every time, but it has saved my kids from ear infections. It has helped them to sleep better. There's also one called the Windy, which helps them to pass gas. There's also something called Milacon that helped calm my kids' tummies. That was like a lifesaver many nights. I remember the twin boppy pillow was very helpful, but these are things like people don't really want to get for new moms. They want to get them the cute little outfits and stuff, which is lovely and so sweet, but like those things were like lifesavers to me. Humidifier, oh my god, a good humidifier, because when your kids get sick and it's the middle of the night and you need a humidifier that's like clean and ready to go, it is so important to just be able to grab it. But to answer your question, the most helpful thing to me when I think back to that time, when my friends or family would come over and like wash the dishes. My mom would come over and do my laundry. Like that was literally, I could cry, a game changer, like so helpful, because when you are just drowning and exhausted and you don't even have time to shower, and if you do have time to take a shower or a bath, you are stressed the whole time that a baby's gonna wake up and cry or scream, or you're gonna need to get out really fast. Like maybe there's this scenario where like you can hire a company to come like take her laundry and do her laundry, or house cleaners to come and clean up her house one day, or offer to come over and wash her dishes, or just drop off dinner on her front doorstep. People ask me all the time, what do you need? How can I help? And I couldn't even think. So I just be like, nothing, I'm fine. Like I couldn't even think of how I could be helped. The most helpful thing to me was when friends or family would come over and just bring me food, or do my dishes, or do the laundry without me needing to ask them. So I don't know how close you guys are for that kind of thing, but like that's why I would recommend like something like that would help the mental load of her brain of like, oh my god, I haven't been able to get to the laundry. Oh my god, I haven't been able to get to the dishes. Oh my god, what are we gonna make for dinner tonight? Like those things are the things that were the most helpful to me when someone else took care of that for me. That was a very long-winded answer. Let's move on to the next one. Tabby Louise said, Tortilla Talk question, do you ever think you'll come back to the UK for a trip? I would love to come back to the UK. I would love to travel in general. I miss traveling so much. I love traveling so much, and I used to travel all the freaking time. So yes, I miss it so much. I would love to go. It did make me curious. Are you from the UK? And I just want to know where people are from. So if you guys could tell me in the comments where you're from. I mean, don't be putting your address or anything, but like I can see in the analytics of YouTube where the majority of my audience is, but it says like America or UK or Australia. It doesn't say what state or what region of location you are. You know what I mean? So like that's very interesting to me. I'm curious where people are. So please tell me in the comments. I'd love to go through and see how many people are from different places and where you are and all that. Anyway, one more question. I'm gonna go. Just nerdy stuff. This is a nerdy answer I'm about to give, so that's why I like this question. So if you're not into listening to me talk really nerdy about rocks, you can goodbye. Just nerdy stuff said, how come the season changes for rocks? Aren't they always there? Great question. In the vlog I posted yesterday, I'm at the beach and I said it's the season for rock hunting again. It's the season for sea glass again. I'm very excited about that. Look at my beautiful polished rocks. Look at all these Gorgina rocks, you guys. Oh my god. I haven't tumbled rocks in so long. I got so busy a few weeks ago, I had to turn off my tumblers because it takes a lot of time of my day every day when I was doing that consistently, and I just didn't have time for it anymore. Oh my god, I miss it so much. Every day I wake up and I go, okay, today I'm gonna start tumbling my rocks again, and then I never get to it, and it bums me out because I miss it so much. I have two different bowls of rocks over here. They're my favorite rocks, like the one I just showed you, and then this bowl is full. You can't even see, but this bowl is full of just the most beautiful rocks in the whole world. Just look at these gorgeous beauties. Hello, I love rocks so much. Anyway, you didn't ask if I loved rocks. You asked what I was talking about when I said there are good seasons for rocks. I can't talk about other places in the world because I don't know what it's like to rock hunt in other places in the world, but in California, or at least in Southern California and Central California, looking for rocks on the beach is fun because yes, they're always there, but a lot of times they're hidden by the sand. Obviously, there's high tide and low tide. But in the summer, the really good low tides are in the middle of the night, and in the winter, the good low tides are during the day. Not only that, but in the winter, there's also a lot of storms, and the storms fluff up all the sand and the surf and all the stuff and all the rocks and put stuff on the shore that have been dug underneath the sand for a very long time. So the best time to go rock hunting or looking for sea glass is during a low tide, usually in the winter after a big storm. In the summertime, a lot of sand gets put on top, like piled on top of all the rocks and stuff that was there in the winter. So in the summer, sometimes I'll go to the beach and there's literally no rocks in sight at all because all the rocks are like 6 feet underneath the sand. So summertime just isn't the best time. And also it's just too hot and everyone there is having a blast and having fun in their bikinis. And I'm there with like my little satchel looking for rocks that don't exist. So the winter is just beautiful. The low tides are wonderful. The storms have spit up all of the most beautiful rocks and sea glass, and no one's at the beach because it's too cold. So it's just me and my little rock satchel and the low tides, and then I can look for rocks, Eric can look for sea glass, and Flynn can look at sea creatures. It is like a perfect combination. I am so excited for rock hunting season. But you are right, the rocks are always there, just sometimes they're hidden. And people who rock hound and rock hunt at lakes, I don't know what that's like. I don't know if there's a good time of year for that. I don't know how that works. And also a lot of people go rock hunting in mountains, in creeks and valleys and blah, blah, blah. And I do know that the best time to rock hunt is after storms. I think in all scenarios because the rain washes rocks and moves things around, whatever. But I don't know that it matters about the time of year for other locations if you are looking for rocks. But I only look for rocks at the beach. Yeah, I could talk about that forever. I really need to start doing my rocks again. I really miss it. But I'm gonna go. Thanks for watching, everybody. I will see you very soon. Okay, bye.